Greetings and salutations, friends. Character NPC here, your dungeon master, your player characters, your non-player characters, your host for this channel. Tonight, while the Hurricane Barrel is barreling down on the Gulf Coast, I am finalizing the characters before starting the campaign. Woo! I've been doing a stream for each one of these characters, and we're on the third. This one, Jorbis Bicklemole. Love that name. Jorbis is the only thief in the party, an illusionist thief. He's also the only multi-class demi-human. So without further ado, let's begin. If you haven't been keeping up with the streams, this is the list of the 36 rolls that I made for the characters using Method 1 in the Dungeon Master's Guide. 4 6-sided, throw away the lowest. The player is allowed to set each of the abilities up the way that they want. I studied it all, blah blah blah, and here's where it landed. And number 3 is the Illusionist Thief, a gnome. And I've started at filling out the character sheet. See here, Jorbis Bicklemole. Class Illusionist Thief, first level. He's a gnome. He's going to be neutral good, because that's pretty much the only thief alignment that isn't evil. And a gnome can be neutral good, so it works out. Originally I thought I would have a paladin within the party too. However, that would have been really difficult. Thieves and paladins don't mix, mainly because thieves are generally evil in 1st edition Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, but I was able to work it out. However, since I didn't roll out of these 36 rolls, I did not roll a single 17 or 18, I couldn't even have a paladin. Didn't have any rolls that met the requirements for a paladin to join the party, so it solved the problem itself, or for me, or whatever. The party's shaping up though. 2 clerics, a ranger, a fighter, a magic user, and this illusionist thief that we're about to dig into. Just having an extra sip of my beer here before we move on. I've been doing these streams for a couple hours now. All right. So, let me start. I think I'm going to have a movement base of 12, but I'm not going to fill that in yet. I did on the last character because the magic user really just didn't have enough money and everything else to say it wasn't going to be 12, but we'll see here. Let's see, his strength is going to be 16 because he is mature, So he ended up getting a +1 to strength and a +1 to his wisdom because of his age, which is 109. So that gives him a 16 strength, a 14 intelligence, a 15 wisdom, even better than cleric number 2 right now. Willem, I forget his name. Willem something. Oh. Willem Pembroke. That's this guy. Willem Pembroke only has a wisdom of 14 because he's a young adult. But here, 15. Dexterity is 16, which is great. Constitution, 11. And Charisma of 11. Good. Alright. Now, these we're actually going to have here. Concealed climbing, special move, all of that stuff is going to be a lot of the thief information here. So I'll actually I should just continue on with the way I've been doing this so far. I was kind of into a habit there. First thing with the strength, I tore this, actually a friend tore this page back in the 80s, I think it was, and boy, I've just been trying hard. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying hard not to tear it anymore. I'm thinking about putting a piece of tape on it, but I hate to do that. I don't know. I'm kind of particular. Anyway, there is no percentage. Hit adjustment for 16 is none, but he does get a damage. It's a +1 to damage. How about that? My first +1 to damage. Open doors with the 16, 1 to 3. Crazy how the gnome is going to open doors better than the human cleric, but that's how it works. 10% bend bars lifts gates. Moving on to intelligence. I assume you can see this. It's not very much. Intelligence 14. He can learn an additional four languages. Percent no spell is not important for an illusionist. Neither is minimum and maximum spells. I do not believe. I'm going to leave those as not applicable for right now. We'll see, though. I don't think it is. Wisdom. Magical attack bonus. Let's see. 15. Adjustment +1. Good. And no bonus spells because he's not a cleric. No percent spell failure. Dexterity. With a 16 dexterity, he has a reaction of +1 and a missile adjustment of -2. Right, reaction. No, it is also a missile adjustment of +1, right? I forget this. Reaction, attack adjustment, yes. Both surprise situations and missile combat. Yes. +1. Not sure why there's 2 fields there. You can't have them separated. Defense adjustment is -2. And for charisma, it's amazing how much you can learn from just reading the books, but it's also amazing how much you forget over the years or never actually read. That's why I like to follow David Thomson, Thomson, the Eldar guy. He has some great videos on first edition rules, going over them straight from the book and without being preachy or anything. He does a great job, really. Highly recommend his channel. Constitution hit point adjustment for 11 is 0. System shock 75%. And resurrection survival 80%. Charisma an 11. 4 maximum henchman. It's pretty good for this party. And normal loyalty base, reaction base. It's another. I think this morale modifier is the reaction base or loyalty base, but anyway, I'm gonna have to research that a little bit. Resistances, detect magic. He does have some resistances and detections. There's a lot there for gnomes. I think I'll come back to this in a moment. These should be 0. This is not applicable. All of these are not applicable. And savings throws for from multi-class characters. I don't remember. Here we go. Multi-class characters. Characters with 2 classes and bards check the matrix for each class possessed and use the most favorable results for the type of attack being defended against. That's awesome. So what that means then is we'll look at magic user and thief at first level. And what we would want to do is we would need to roll under, right? For saving throws. Boy, I forget. I can't believe I'm forgetting this. Attack to be saved against. I'm pretty sure we would want to roll under, so 14. Let's just look up saving throws again. That would be good. Actually, let's look in the player's handbook. It's probably simplified there. Nope, there isn't anything in the player's handbook. Just DM knowledge. 79 to 80. Ah, same table. Great. All right. This is for characters. Here we go. Savings throws. Term savings throw is common enough, coming to us from Miniature Wargaming and D&D, meaning original D&D. The white box set represents the chance for the figure concerned to avoid, or at least partially avoid, the cruel results of fate. In AD&D, it is the same. By means of skill, luck, magical protection quirks of fate, and the aid of supernatural powers, the character making his or her savings throw takes none or only part of the indicated results. Fireball damage, poisoning, yada yada. For character monsters and items, okay, when someone or something fails to roll the number shown, or better, whatever is coming comes in full. Okay. Fails to roll the number shown or better. So the lower number, you want to roll it or above. So the lower number is better. And this is for characters and human types. So lower would be better. That means thief, magic user, magic user. Nice. Okay. So paralyzation, poison, and death magic is the first one. And the lower number is 13 for thief. So petrification and polymorph, magic user or thief. Thief again is lower, 12. Rod, staff, and wand, magic user or thief, it would be magic user with an 11. Breath weapon, it would be magic user again with a 15. And spell, definitely magic user with a 12. Okay. Now I think there are some additional bonuses that the gnome gets because he has magic resistance, but I'll get to that in a minute. Let's do height and weight real quick since we're in the Dungeon Master's Guide already. For a gnome, and we'll say he's male, party of men, we know his age is 109. Which is still really young for a gnome. I think they go up to 800 years old, something like that. gonna say he looks a little young, just for the heck of it. Never changed it with anybody else. Alright, and for a gnome, male, $20 is always high. 69. Gnome 69 is average height. $81 weight also. Oh no. For gnome. $81 is overweight. Average and overweight, so he's a little plumper. That brings us down to this table. If his height is average, it actually has a roll here I wasn't making for another character. For average height, roll percentile dice. Oh, yeah. No, I thought there was something different there. There's not. Okay. So if his average height, he is 42 inches. And that comes out to be 3 foot something? $3'6". My phone too close there. 3'6". And his weight, which is over, for a gnome, a male gnome, 80 pounds plus 2 die 12. Getting to use the 12-sider a lot today. Oh wait, 2 to 12. Actually, sorry, that's 2 6-sided. Spoke too soon. £10. 80 plus 10, 90 pounds. And his hair will be, oh, I forget what gnomes normally have, but I'm gonna say gray. And his eyes are gonna be blue. Alright. I'll deal with his mannerisms and other things later. Had one for the magic user I thought was cool because he was extra tall and overweight, or underweight. The only other thing, let's go ahead, since it's in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Dang, I keep hitting the microphone. That's definitely going to be a problem for me. Roll up. Starting money. for, let's see, I think you roll on both and then divide it by 2, is that right? For multi-class. German memorable visas. May have to come back to that. Doesn't say anything about it. And it's the hit dice that you roll both and then divide by the number of classes. So I could do that. I guess I could just use the money that's from the highest one, like the age. Illusionist would be a 4-sider, and Thief is a 6-sider. So I'll roll both. Seven and divide by 2, which would be 3, and round up. Let's see. Characters with 2 classes. I'm almost positive it's going to be round up, but where did I see that? $82 or $34 in the player's handbook. Here we go, 82. Recovery of hit points, 0 hit points. No. Alright, I'm gonna have to come back to that. Or 32, I think I said in here. Yeah, see, this doesn't... Oh. Fighter mage. Use edge weapons. Gosh, I know it says somewhere in here. I'm gonna round up though. So it would be 4 hit points. If I find out that's wrong, I'll make a note of it next stream. I'll research that tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to say 4 hit points. Doesn't get a constitution adjustment. The special, so it's... Gosh. How am I going to write that? Die 4 plus die 6 divided by 2. Good enough. All right. And for weapon proficiencies, it is whatever the thief can use. Because the magic user and illusionist would be 1, but the thief can use 2. 2 and a -3 adjustment for non-proficiency. Sorry. I should have written it in view. 2 and -3. Yes. Okay. And we need to get down thief abilities, and then there'll be some gnome things that'll be written out, but that's a lot to write out, so I think what I'll do is write them out off stream. Let's do starting money. Like I said, yeah, it doesn't say anything here about multi-class characters. So I'm assuming yeah. We'll use thief because it's greater. 2d6 times 10. $80. $80 gold pieces. Not better than a mage, but not as good as a fighter or a cleric. I think the cleric had 100. And the thief. There we go. Level of thief. Let's see. Gnome's gonna get some additions. Pickpocket will be straight up 30. Open locks. Gnomes get a +5. But it'll be a total of 30. And a find remove trap. They get a +10, it would be 20. So it'll also be 30. +5 for move silently. And he has a 15, so it'd be 20. Hide in shadows, +5, 10. So that makes it a 15. Hear noise, +10. Making it a 20. Climb walls, -15 would be 85%. 70. And no adjustment for read languages. You can't at first level. Okay. Good. Illusionist is going to get 1 first level spell. A whole 1. Look out now. Look out for that illusionist. They don't need read magic, and they don't have to roll on the magic user chart. Instead, what they do is they roll a 12-sider on the spell list at first level for the for the illusionist, and then ignore all doubles. So let's do that. Now I'll look back at the gnome stuff again. Okay. 3 spells. First one. 3. Color spray. Cool. I like that one. $12. Wall of fog. Nice. And 5. Darkness. Not terrible. Okay. So that's the spells. And I said I was going to look at gnome real quick. Here we go. Gnome race can select to be a fighter. No, no, no. He's got to split his experience. If you're not aware of how multi-class works, even though he's going to be limited to 5th level, I think it is, his max level in Illusionist is going to be 5th level. And you're splitting your experience points between the two classes the entire time. So even after he reaches his max level in Illusionist, level 5, he'll still have to split evenly the experience points he gains between Fighter and Illusionist. So basically, from that point on, he'll be leveling up, or he'll be gaining experience points at minus 50% for Thief. Which is fine, because gnomes live so long. Sort of cousins, gnomes, magic resistance. Okay, so he gets a +1 bonus to his magic resistance for every, let's see, magic resistance, I suppose. A gnome player gains a bonus of +1 for every 3.5 points of Constitution. So it's 11 Constitution. So he gets a +3. Magic wands, staves, rods, and spells. Gets a +3. Resistance. So, if he gets a +3, this would be an 8. Make a note that I already added this. And 9. Sometimes it can be confusing if you have this number in here and then you say somewhere else, oh yeah, I get this bonus. So I try to make a note that I've already added it. And detections, then he's got I can speak a bunch of different languages, so I'll get into that. I can write that down later. That's not super important, but basically he's going to have Common Tongue, his alignment language, Neutral Good Common, Dwarvish, Gnome, Halfling, Goblin, Kobold, and they can communicate with any burrowing mammal, moles, badgers, ground squirrels, etc. That's why I thought Bicklemole was such a good last name. It was Bickle when I saw it, but I added mole to the end of it. I think Bicklemole sounds better. Okay, so I'll add those off stream, write all that down. Gnomes have infravision. That's great. Special abilities, infravision for 60 feet. And the detection, I'll write these detections down here as well, but basically it's grade. I say I'm going to do it later and then I do it right now. Unsafe walls, ceilings, floors. I'm not going to be able to put this all in here. Anyway, I'll just see page 16. Something like underground. Okay. That'll work. And because of his dexterity, he gets a reaction adjustment of +1. Sounds like they're still popping fireworks off out there. And let's see what else. Missile adjustment +1 and defense adjustment -2. I'm not going to put all that in here. Vision. Listening. I can fill this out later. I've got it down here. Oh, and I could have added the savings throws here. Plus or minus. I could have put the +3 routes as ones and stuff. But anyway, I already added it. That would be better for me to put it there, I think. Okay. So I have a few things to check on here. And I have to buy equipment for him. But I think Jorbis Bicklemole is ready to go for the most part. Just a little tweak here and there. And he'll be ready. There isn't going to be any turning. Yeah. So I'll leave it there, friends. Thanks for joining. If you haven't seen, any of the past streams, videos, whatever you want to call them, you probably should go back and look at least the very first one, because it'll give you a good idea of what I'm doing here, why am I doing this, and what's next. And as far as getting these characters done, this is number 3 of 6. So just 3 more streams of characters to go, and they're a lot easier. Maybe the ranger will have some things to go through, like this illusionist thief, but for the most part, the fighter and the cleric aren't going to take long, and then I'll be done and ready to have the campaign begin officially. Woohoo! So, I guess, with that all said, I'll see you on another stream. Bye-bye.